Congressman Byron Donalds, Republican from Florida, joins me this morning. Great to see you, Congressman. I mean, look, do the people in your district, for instance, feel better off than before Joe Biden?
No, nobody does. We all know that. Joe Biden spent a bunch of money we don't have. He created an inflation we didn't have. He made the pandemic go much longer than it ever should have. Our kids have fallen behind 1 to 2 full school years in America. No reason for that. So nobody should feel better now than they did before Joe Biden became president, because he's been an awful president.
You know, you mentioned inflation. We just got the latest reading. Consumer prices up 6.4% year over year. It is very hard to get this inflation under control. What do you think the administration is doing to address it?
Nothing. They've made it worse. Like I said, the Inflation Reduction Act is nothing but. That's just the Green New Deal, green subsidies, all in that. He started the inflation with the American Not Rescue Plan, because all I did was pay people to stay home. What we're going to have to do is a couple things. One, we have to start producing more energy domestically. If we start with domestic energy production, really opening up that workflow here in the United States, that will actually help us get energy prices under control. Because a key place of prices rising are electricity bills. That's hitting every American, rich or poor. Yeah. Number two, we have to find ways to get food prices under control as well. And then number three, Washington has got to control its spending.
And good luck with that. Next one, Congressman. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg claiming that white construction jobs are being taken by white workers from communities of color. I want you to listen to this and I'll get your response.
That's right. We have heard way too many stories from generations past of infrastructure where you got a neighborhood, often a neighborhood of color, that finally sees the project come to them, but everyone in the hard hats on that project looking like, doing the good paying jobs, don't look like they came from anywhere near the neighborhood.
Your response to that, Congressman?
I don't even know why we take Pete Buttigieg seriously at this point. This man, the only reason he's in his job is because of his intersectionality. Let's just be honest about the situation. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's actually been a terrible transportation secretary. I mean, look, when the supply chains were being blown up, the man wasn't even at work. Nobody missed him. Nobody even knew he was there. I'm not responding to his foolishness. I was on a construction site yesterday in my district in Naples, Florida. There are white workers, there are black workers, there are Hispanic workers. This man doesn't know what he's talking about. It's this woke foolishness that's basically meant to divide people. I'm sick of it.
He's always late, it seems. We have this train crash in Ohio. He's always playing from behind. I just don't understand it.
Oh, no, I understand it because he doesn't know what he's doing. He's like Joe Biden. Joe Biden is always late to the game. Pete Buttigieg is always late to the game. Things happen to the American people, then they show up with some talking points plan that doesn't amount to anything. It's the same old from Democrats like Pete Buttigieg. If he was actually good at his job and was qualified for his job, he would be ahead of this stuff, actually leading the American people when it comes to transportation. But he gives a good soundbite. He gives a good talking point. But when you actually examine his job performance, he's been substandard to awful.
Right. Congressman Donalds, you're always short, sharp, and to the point, and that's why we love having you on the show. Thank you very much for joining us, Congressman. We do appreciate it.